What's up, 7th graders? Good morning. This is Mr. Cahiga. For today's first assignment, we're going to go over the Mayflower Compact of 1690. This was a document and set of rules and laws that the English settlers aboard the ship the Mayflower decided to create and agree to when setting up their new community. The reason for this was the settlers aboard the ship realized that without setting up a system of rules and laws for their new community, life could be disastrous if everyone could not agree to the same set of rules and laws to follow. It's important to keep in mind when we're going over this document, it was only the men that could come up with the laws, write the laws, and create the laws really that the entire community had to agree to and follow. So please keep that in mind when we are trying to analyze the fairness of the laws, who is intended to read the laws, and who the laws were designed for. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is we're going to review our document today. So the first thing that we see here is the name, date, and period. So please, first thing you want to do is put your name in there, put today's date, Monday, September 28th, and the period you have American Studies. Next, we see the title. The title is Analyzing the Mayflower Compact. That is exactly what we're going to do today. As we scroll down, looks like we have some things that are highlighted, and we have some comments over in the margin. That's going to help us further understand the document. As you scan the document, not read, but scan the document, the first thing you probably notice is the language, right? This is very old English that it was written in, so there's going to be misspellings, and the way that they're expressing ideas and sentences is going to be way, way different than the way we speak and write today. And that's fine. It's important to review the document as it was written. And again, the comments in the margin are going to help us understand better what they meant by their words. Keep scrolling down and we come to the second page. The second page is the set of questions we're going to answer about the Mayflower Compact today. So again, upon reviewing this, we have our name, our date, and the period. Please fill that in. And then we have our title, The Mayflower Compact of 1690. That is what the questions are going to be about today. Question 1, what were the reasons for the voyage of the people on the Mayflower? So why did they leave England and go to the United States? What is the purpose of the Mayflower Compact? Why did they set up and establish a system of rules and laws to follow? Question number 3, why did the people who signed the Mayflower Compact say they are forming a new colony? Number 4, who was the Mayflower Compact created for? And then number 5, who was intended to read the Mayflower Compact? Thinking about the last two questions, was it created for everyone in the community? Was it created for the natives who already lived there when they arrived? Who was this created for? So let's scroll back and analyze our document. Analyzing the Mayflower Compact. So it begins, in the name of God, Amen. We whose names are unwritten, the loyal subjects of our dread sovereign Lord, King James, by the grace of God, of Great Britain, France, and Ireland, King, defender of the faith, etc., having undertaken for the glory of God, and advancement of the Christian faith, and honor of our King and country. Let's stop there because it is highlighted. There's number 1 by it. So these are the reasons for their voyage. So we can plug it in here. So I'm going to go to Edit, and reasons for their voyage. The first one, the reason they took this voyage is for the glory of God. So we'll plug that in for the glory of God. Again, these settlers believing that it is their God-given right to leave England, go to North America and set up a new community on the natives' land for them to start a new life on. Number 2, the second reason for their voyage, the second reason for leaving England and going to North America is the advancement of the Christian faith. So not only do they want to be able to practice their own religion in their own way, they also want to spread their religion to other people in other parts of the world. So we'll put advancement of a Christian and then our third reason. And the honor of our king and country. So they are also doing it in honor of Great Britain and the king of Great Britain. The king and country. So now that we have those, we can go down here to the first set of questions, or the first question, I mean. What were the reasons for the voyage of the people on the Mayflower? So again, we can put their reasons were for the glory of God, advancement of the Christian faith, can't type, and our last reason for king and country, the honor of Great Britain and the king. So there you have it, the first answer. Let's go on and continue to analyze this document. A voyage to plant the first colony in the northern parts of Virginia. Though by these present solemnly and mutually in the presence of God and one of another. 2, covenant. Covenant means promise. They promise and combine themselves into a civil body politic. So what they're saying there is they are promising to combine themselves together into a group of people who are organizing a government. So they are organizing themselves into a government is what number 3 means. A civil body politic for our better ordering and preservation and furtherance of the ends aforesaid. And by virtue hereof to enact, constitute, and frame such just and equal laws, ordinances, acts, constitutions, and offices. What do they decide to do? In their new colony and in their new government, they decided to create fair laws and political offices for the good of the colony and the good of the people in the colony. Not for the good of everyone on the land, just for the good of the people in the colony. And from time to time, as shall be thought most meet and convenient for the general good of the colony. What they mean there is it means fitting and right for the good of the colony. So again, they are saying that they will meet and get together and make decisions when the time is right and when it is good for the colony to do so. Unto which we promise all due submission and obedience, in witness whereof we have hereunder subscribed. So that means that everyone in the colony have signed their names to this document at Cape Cod, the 11th of November in the year of The reign of our sovereign lord, King James of England, France and Ireland, the 18th, and of Scotland, the 54th, in the year 1620. Very difficult document to read, which is why you have things highlighted. Those are the principles of the document and their meaning over in the comments in the margin. So let's try to answer these questions now. So number 2, what is the purpose of the Mayflower Compact? So you could probably find that up here in our comments in the margin. So what is the purpose? The purpose you will find with number 4. In what did they decide to do? The purpose was to create fair laws and political offices that would for the good of the colony. So you can plug that in right here. Number 3, why do the people who signed the Mayflower Compact say they are forming a new colony? And it says here, the reasons for their voyage, the reason why they're setting up a new colony is to advance the Christian faith and to honor their king and country. So it's essentially the same question as number 1, right? So to advance the Christian faith and to honor Great Britain and the king. Number 4, who was the Mayflower Compact created for? So again, another way of saying that is who is intended to follow the rules and laws in the Mayflower Compact? Was it everyone in North America, or was it just the people aboard the ship, the Mayflower? And then number 5, finally, who was intended to read the Mayflower Compact? So again, when they write this document, when they create copies of the document, who is intended to know the laws and follow the laws? If you have any questions about this document or about the questions that follow this document, if you have any questions or confusion, you can join me for my office hours today, which are posted in the updates in your American Studies course, or you can email Mr. Reynolds and I. Have a good Monday, everybody.